Hello everyone, welcome to another interesting episode of The Process with Sammy Star. Firstly, I want to appreciate every one of us and thank you for coming here to watch the episode, this particular episode, and thank you for watching the previous episode. Please, I want to enjoy us also to actually subscribe to this YouTube channel and also turn on the post notification so that you can get updates when we upload a new video, and also do well to share the link if this has been blessing you or if it has had any impact on you. Please just do well to share the link so that others also can be a partaker of this. Alright, into the business of today. Today we have somebody, a guest in the house as usual, and he's going to be talking to us. But before he talks about us, let me just give you a brief introduction about this person. His name is Simeon kunle jenmi, yes, and he is a pastor of one of the fastest growing youth church around Lagos under the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and he was formerly a government worker. He was working under the federal government of Nigeria. He's going to do much. We are going to talk about that definitely. So he's married to a very beautiful wife, and they have two children, two bouncing baby boy. Yes, and he's a leader, he's a coach, he's a leadership coach, he's a purpose-driven person, and he's someone who has had effect on my life personally for the past 4 to 5 years, couple of years. Yes, so someone who I feed directly from, and his teaching has had impact on my life. I believe this particular episode is definitely going to do something in your life. So just join us as we go into it. Alright, welcome sir. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of The Process.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you sir. So please, without wasting much of our time, can you just tell us about yourself in brief?
Alright, I don't know the exact parts you want to know about me, but let me just run this. My name is jenmi, as you have heard. Alright, I am the lead pastor of the pastor in charge of RCCG Noazak, Youth Province 1 in Lagos State. Okay, I'm a full-timer. I'm also into business and doing a lot of businesses, and also married to Funsho Akimoye Jenmi. I have 2 kids, Aniel and Abiel. Okay, alright. I do coaching. I coach people. I'm a life coach, millennial life coach actually, and also I do a lot of talk on marriage and purpose majorly, and those are just the brief I can have for now.
Alright, thank you very much sir. God bless you for that brief introduction. Alright, so firstly, into our first question, I would like to ask you, we're going to be talking about several things, yes.
Okay.
So we'll try to be as brief as possible. So you're a pastor, and I believe that you're in ministry. So before we go into anything, I want you to give us your own definition. What is ministry to you?
Okay. Oh, that's a very deep one. Ministry is actually service. Ministry to me is God going through a man to reach out to his generation, to his world, and that is actually for me is looking at people and bringing them to the full realization of what God has called them to be. My own core pointer in ministry is to bring young people into their full purpose, the reason why God has called them, the reason why God has created them, and to create a path for them to follow. That is ministry for me, service to humanity.
Okay, so ministry equals service to you. Alright, thank you very much sir. That is profound, and that is the basic truth. Yes, so sometimes last year something transpired, something that made me personally had a special kind of respect for you, because I'm not, should I say I'm selfish with respect. I believe some people they don't deserve some level of things I will give them. So I let you earn it before I actually accord it to you. So sometimes go in church, we were in church, my church, I attend, our church, everything like that, because church is God, is of God. So we're in church that particular day, and it's a congregation of over, pay attention to this story, it's a congregation of over 200 to 300 persons. They just say random in total, 2 to 230, like that, 250, around that amount. So that particular day we should be more than 200 youths in church. And so my pastor taught during the previous week on Wednesday service about a particular, I can't remember the exact topic, I think it was on relationship or something like that. So I think along the line he made a mistake or something like that. Then on Sunday I don't know, everybody was expecting to hear the message. So the first thing we heard was that on Wednesday I said a particular thing and it was wrong. Now we all are in this century together. We both know that you that is at the end of the screen now watching me, we both know that it is very, very impossible for any man of God, or it is very scarce, or it is very hard for a man of God that made a mistake, because men of God has been assumed, probably because of the pressure we put on them, they have been assumed to be people that do not make mistake. So for you coming to do something like that, it's should I say it end, or you end, I don't know how I put it, a part of my heart. So I want to ask, why? What was the motive behind that? Okay,
wow, I never actually knew that anyone actually picked take notice of that. Take note of that rather. One of the things I learned when I was coming into ministry is to be as open as possible. One of the things I learned from one of my beloved what should I call it, role model of blessed memory is Miles Morrow, is that our lives should be public. There is nothing like a private life, especially for a Christian. So it means that we should always make people around us, the people that we lead, the people in our sphere of influence, to know that we are also prone to errors. Now, some couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, Pastor Sam Adeyemi said some things on the podium. Then, I think a week after, he found out that what he said was wrong. And he came to, as big as his church was at that time, he came and said, sorry, this thing I said was wrong. And he corrected himself. So I felt humbled that if a man of that magnitude and impact could come back and say, I have said something before that was wrong, now I'm trying to correct myself, then what am I in my own little space? Hallelujah. Sorry, I said I'm not supposed to say hallelujah. Okay, so I felt no, this is not supposed to be. And I took a cue from that. I learned from that. I said, so ministry, like I said, it's service. If I've actually served you wrongly, I should be able to come back and tell you, oh, sorry, this I said was wrong. Yeah, normally I'm supposed to be on point at every time. I'm expected to be on point at every time. But there are some times that we get carried away, or we did not get our facts right, and when we eventually find out that what we have said is wrong, because whatever you feed the congregation is what they run with. And the funny part of it is this, which is very unfortunate, is that you will never get the same set of people that was in one message, in one service, the same set of people in the other service. One or two persons would have missed out. So I don't know how I was going to try and reproduce or get the same exact people that was in that Wednesday service and get back them on Wednesday, on Sunday. But at least one person would tell one person, pastor at the point.
I actually corrected it on myself.
Pastor at one point corrected himself. So transparency is key for me. Number one. Number two, I make my friends, my followers, or should I say followers, not followers, people that in my sphere of influence, I make them understand that guy, as much as I am working in God, I have my weaknesses, and please, these things these things are things I'm also developing myself in. I let you see my weaknesses, so that you will not just feel this guy, is perfect, everything is okay, so let me just take everything the way it is. No, you should be able to understand that I am seeing Christ in this person, even though he's still a man that is developing. You understand? So I try to let people see the developmental part of my spiritual life, or my life generally.
Alright, thank you very much, sir. That attitude even was worth commendation, because I have seen things both online, both in churches. I see the way men of God tend to, they almost want to be the assistant God, but that was actually humbling. Alright, thank you, sir. Let's go ahead because of our time. So, sir, another thing again struck me. I told you that he's my leader, so I follow him. You may not know I'm following, but I'm actually following him from afar. So, or from behind, from close, from afar, anyhow. So, same last year, I think last year, or this year, earlier this year. Was it? No, it was last year. You were working at a good paying job, last year in Nigeria, under the federal government of Nigeria, and you had a direction or a leading to actually quit the job rather, to pick up a calling full time, to pick up the work of God. Let me not say full time, but to lead the youth well. Now, this is I don't know how to put it. This is hard to believe. This is hard to comprehend. It is very, very hard to comprehend. Considering the fact that you are, if the person was not married, it's a different case. If the person did not have children, it is a different ball game. I don't know if you understand.
I understand.
So, sir, what, let me put it like that, the same way I put the first question. What was the inspiration, or what was the leading behind this?
Now, before I got married,
yes,
I had the conviction that I was not going to be employed for a very long time. I would have even picked up the employment with the Federal Revenue Service. But, you know, sometimes you struggle with the realities that God is painting at you.
Yeah.
So I started to pick up the federal government job from 2011. And every year, every 31st December, I felt like it's time for me to go to respond to the call. But I consider my tummy, I consider my children, I consider responsibilities, families, and everything. So I just thought, I'll do it next year. And so it was so tempting. But 2019, something drastic happened. I had this full conviction that if I don't do this, I've already wasted some couple of years. That was 2011 to 2019. I've spent 8 years doing things I'm not supposed to do. And my generation has delayed my generation of full impact for 8 years. So I felt, wow, if I had started ministry 8 years ago, I'm sure God will have taken my ministry to another level entirely. So I felt, I'm sorry, Lord, I needed to just respond. So, and the funny part of it was that the moment I was about to resign in August was the moment when the federal government, the Nigerian Labour Congress was pushing for an increment in the minimum wage. In my own office, the office actually autonomous. There was already a plan for an increment of all staffs, especially junior staffs at that time. So combined with all this, it was tempting. You understand? Not to want to leave. You know. Another point, it was almost the month where we get there's a middleman, there's a yearly payment. You understand? That is given to all staff. We worked out our annual payment for the year. There's a percentage that is paid within September, October, August, and September. Aside the salary. So, and if I resign, I'm going to miss it out. But I was too excited with the call, with the passion, because of the conviction I had. Now, one of the things I want people to understand is this: faith does not just call by hearing from the Bible, that is reading the Bible. Faith, convinced faith, comes by hearing God clearly.
Alright.
So it went just beyond me knowing. I heard God clearly that He was about to take me to the next level. I just have to respond now, because I've wasted 8 years already. So due to that, the excitement was so massive. My heart was burning with fire. That nothing could stop me any longer. So I was dropping my resignation letter. My boss was saying, "Kunle, are you sure there's nothing wrong?" Somebody from Abuja, they called someone from the office in our headquarters in Abuja. They said, "Please let us talk to this young man and ask him properly if there are things that we need to do for him to stay." I said, "There's nothing. I need to just respond to the call." And I tell you, that's just it. And ever since, I've never had any reason to regret, because our finances have been taken care of. God has been our supply, and we've been very fine.
Alright. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. So, yes, how do I put it now? I celebrate you personally, because it is hard. It is hard for people, even some people that know that God is asking them to do a particular thing, but because of probably the money, the income, and everything, it makes it impossible for you to even answer the call of God. So for somebody to be, at some point I thought about it, like, if it was me, can I really do this? But I discovered that if I get because one thing I believe my life is subject to is the voice of God. I hear the voice of God. So thank you very much, sir, for honoring our generation, because it is we that you saw that made you do it. It is beyond you. Definitely. Okay, so I want to ask a more personal question now. How have you been? How did your wife, let me put it like that, respond to this?
Okay, that is a very, very Good question.
Yeah.
She knew from courtship that I was going to go to full time.
All right.
I was going to stop being paid by or being paid by an employer, either private or government. You understand? She knew. So all through the courtship period, which is not that very long, and every year she asked me, "When are you? Whenever you are ready."
So she was expecting you.
She was expecting it. So every new year that I resume back to work, she would say, "You are not going again." So it's something. See, when I have found out this, and I learned this also from Pastor Sam at the end, you know, I have a lot of role models in different aspects of life. It made me understand that when you build your life pursuing purpose, along the line you will get a woman that fits into that same vision, and you will not struggle. So you don't get a wife and find purpose. You find purpose, then you get a wife. You understand what I'm trying to say? So the woman was part of purpose for me. So when I discovered what God has called me to do, do you understand? I got, by the help of the Spirit of God, I was able to locate a woman that could align directly with that same vision, and it just clicked. It just clicked. The ministry is growing, but we're still not in lack. See, it is there are very few women that could really easily fuse into that system. I tell you the truth. But let me tell you, she's doing wherever you are. I love you. I love you so much.
We love you.
She's doing a great job. I tell you, she's doing a great job. So she just fused in easily. So purpose is the number one thing that every man should long for. Nothing else. When you find purpose, you will find money. When you find purpose, you will find a good woman. When you find purpose, you have good children. Purpose is the score, and every other thing will gravitate into it, and you will just live a stress-free life. Life becomes easy when there is purpose. That's just.
Thank you very much. I'm being blessed listening to this, because it is nothing but the truth. It is nothing but the truth. Okay, so sir, you have been you run other businesses also along this side this thing. Has this in any way been affecting your service to
now?
How have you been able to balance it?
Now, I take a cue from scriptures, and the Bible made us understand that even Paul was a tent maker. So Paul was into full ministry, full-time ministry, and I was also a tent maker. And you know, what we are trying to do, or what I'm trying to achieve, is to not become a burden to the present ministry at which I am serving, and also not become a burden to my present church, not become a burden to my wife. So I free up my space to the service of humanity, that is to serve my generation directly, then at the same time run little business to fuel my car. You understand? Meet my immediate needs. You understand? So because if I could have just opted into a full-time ministry with the Redeemed Christian Church of God and being paid, but my time in a way will be because for them it will be constrained, because when they are anybody that is paying you, they are paying you for the time. You understand? So, and I can be moved anytime anyhow. But now that I'm free, it gives me an opportunity to do a lot of things and not be under a particular kind of constraint in terms of time. I can be anywhere anytime. You understand what I'm doing? Whatever I'm doing. But my major drive is not what I am doing by getting money. My major drive is the opportunity to sit like this and speak into my generation. You know, that is my major drive. I look at the streets, when I have an opportunity to see young people, my heart cries out that who is going to deliver these ones. So I needed to sow my time into that generation, not caring what I'm losing financially, so that at least within my space of time, which I know is still a very long one, I can create the kind of impact to save at least a few. Like Paul said, let me just try and save a
This particular episode is not going to end without us, which we already started talking about. It's not going to end without us talking about purpose, because I believe that the subject of purpose is the center of everything that we are here on. So, Pastor, this is one of your major calls in ministry, So, I want you in some few minutes, because I believe there's somebody watching at the end of this screen, or somebody who mistakenly stumbled on this, who has been fighting on trying to understand what the purpose is. So can you just, in simple terms or in a few seconds, just try to explain on how it is possible for them to discover their purpose?
Now, purpose is not so hard to find. What is that inner drive that you cannot stop dreaming about?
All right.
What is that thing that your heart always yearns for?
Okay.
What is that thing that unless you, if you are not being paid for, you can do for free? Let me take an example for myself. Call me into any auditorium, call me into, if just one person, give me an opportunity to just talk to one person, and I'm not being paid for it. I can keep talking if the person is ready to hear. I just need you to listen or pay attention, or we can even stand by at the balcony or the side of the door, just anywhere, and I keep talking, and I'm talking to you about how to find what God has called you to do. So purpose is just finding that thing that you can't just stop dreaming, thinking about. It is a fire that keeps burning inside of you. You try every other thing. Let me tell you one of the things. If you are not doing what you have been called to do, you will always get frustrated doing it. You might be making money, you might be successful at it, but you will not be fulfilled at it. You understand what I'm trying to say? So for you to actually find purpose, find that thing that you can't stop thinking about. And when you are doing it, you are always excited. You're not excited because of the pay. You're excited because you have inner joy. There's something called inner joy, inner peace. Like what I'm doing now. I can do it. If you're ready to have me every word, I'll keep doing it. I have inner joy doing it because I know thousands and a lot of people will be watching after this time out. You understand what I'm trying to say? So they're going to be listening to this, and it is going to be in the on the internet for eternity. So it's there. It's recorded. My voice is going out. I'm excited. Thank you, Sammy, for doing this. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm excited about it. Do you understand? So this is purpose. Find something that your heart has always been going back to. It might look so quiet. The voice, let me tell you something, the spirit of the voice of the spirit is not very loud or noisy. But once in a while your heart goes to a particular thing. Do this thing. But you ignore it because it does not really, and let me tell you, it will not always look as if it's going to make sense. It will not always look as it will seem as if, why, if I try this, well, how will I survive? But until you jump into it before you start attracting it, the benefit of it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So just find something, settle down. Like David said, he spoke to his soul. He said, my soul, why art thou? So we should get to a point whereby we should be able to speak to our soul and say, see, where am I? Where am I going to? Why am I here? Do you understand what I'm saying? These key questions. Where will I be after now? So when if you're able to ask yourself this question and have answers, you will find out at the end of the day that there is something in your hand that your generation is craving for. Our life is like a puzzle. Until you find your own peace. Two things. You must first of all find your peace. Number two, you must find your board. Because your peace may not be in all the boards. Do you understand? So your peace must locate its board so that you can find your space. There's a space for you. That's why the reason why we are frustrated as young people is because some people might have found their peace, but they might not have found their board. Some people have found their peace, their board, but they've not seen their space on the board. So when you find your space on the board and you put yourself in the on the board, you find out that you fit in easily. Peace will come, joy will come, fulfillment will come, money will come, and people will be attracted to you. Do you understand? And that is fundamental.
Alright, thank you very much. I believe that we are getting blessed already. So sir, you said something before, we are gradually coming to the end of this particular episode. So you said something about you, that if you find your purpose, that you might not necessarily be rich or something like that. Now, I can't remember, I can't paraphrase it, but I believe you know that if you are working your purpose, it might not really be getting you money as you want it. Now, this is important in our generation because everybody wants to blow. No matter how much, just make me blow. Now, you telling me that if I work my purpose, it might not make me blow as much as how do I balance this with my person?
Okay, now this is a very hard truth. money is good.
Yeah.
I have a lot of it and I still need a lot of it. But money is not the center of your fulfillment. That's why we found out that you could be successful at the thing and not be fulfilled at it. Now, so being successful at the thing means that that thing is blues. I mean, you are making profit, you are making money.
Okay.
But are you fulfilled? That's why you find out that some people. Have you ever heard a counselor? I heard a story of a counselor that counseled someone and committed suicide the next day.
A counselor.
A counselor counsel someone and the person, maybe I can't remember if it's a married counselor or something. The person actually got answers to his questions in his office. The next day he hung himself up. So the counselor was actually successful at being a counselor, but he was not fulfilled. You find out that a lot of rich people are jumping and dying, killing themselves. You understand? You ask the question, what else are they looking for? If it was money that they are looking for, then they have failed already. So purpose does not directly produce money, but purpose will eventually bring money. But see, service to humanity, adding value to people is what will eventually generate income. From your question now, it's not as if purpose cannot give you money. But the truth is that it's not everybody. Everybody, you can be impactful in your own line or following your purpose, but we might all not be popular. I don't know if I'm making sense what I'm saying now. So
because popularity does not equal purpose.
No. It does not equal. A lot of people are making impact. A lot of people are popular, but they're not making impact. Yes. I don't know if you are following what I'm saying. Right. So talking about blowing now in our own climb, in this our generation, blowing actually means I'm making a lot of money. And making a lot of money can make you popular. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you can be a silent person creating a lot of impact. There are some guys that we started coming in contact with. We never knew them and they've been creating a lot of impact. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, they are not so rich, but all their needs are met per time. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yes, now, in purpose, if you are pursuing purpose, because it's the voice of God I told you, you are pursuing it, you find out that your needs are met per time. You are sufficiently supplied. You become a blessing, but that does not necessarily mean that you will become so popular. That popularity part in running this purpose thing is actually now God that decides that part. You understand? All right. Okay, let me tell you, there are several kinds of that the geo on earth that we don't know, and they are creating impact. That's the truth. There are several kinds of Pastor Yedeko that are creating impact, and we don't know them. There are several kinds of Pastor Kojoyemadi that we know, that we don't know. Do you understand? But at their own particular level, they are doing very well. But these are the ones that we are hearing their voices. Maybe after these ones, those ones will now rise. Do you understand? But for now, they are creating major impact, and we don't really know their names. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So when you talk about blow, what really matters, first of all, is, are you fulfilled? Are you putting smiles on people's faces? See, my daily dream when I wake up is, Lord, make me a channel through which your kingdom can come and bless lives. There's no way you become a funnel. A funnel will when you use a funnel to measure a fuel or oil or something, there's no how it will rub off. I just want to be a channel to reach out to my generation. And if we keep praying that prayer daily, there's no how your needs will not be met. There's no how you will not be satisfied. Satisfaction will come. Fulfillment will come.
Alright, thank you very much, sir. I will ask this question. The truth is that I can go on and on. The way you keep talking, things keep coming to my head. Like, it's going to bless. But I'll try as much as possible to round up. Now, for people who are going into ministry, for instance, because you are also a young minister of the gospel. Now, what is one of the most challenging things that you have faced with pastoring in youth church?
Wow.
So that they can know and prepare for what shall come with you.
Now, let me.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I need to pause. Because this question is a very tricky one, and we are going on the internet. So, one of the major challenges that one would face, or we are facing, is the capacity to give expression to the things that are locked in within you. I have not been called to start a ministry.
Okay.
So I am under authority.
Yeah.
So, having said that, there are some certain things that you might have discovered, but you cannot give full expression to it because you are under authority. Now, let me go back to I think the first question, the second question. When you said, how were you able to come back and correct the wrong information or something like that? One of the things that I told myself that in ministry I will never manipulate anybody. No matter how big you are, I will not, because of what I want to get from you, now manipulate you. I will tell you the fact, the truth. So I made myself very open. Now, one of the challenges is this: you not being able to give expression to yourself will stiffen and like a kind of strangulate the creativity inside of you. And that is, for me, that is always my major challenge. I can't say so many other things. There are so many other things. You understand? So that is it. Let me just go to it. That is just it. It kinds of stops you, constrains you in a way to do the things that you're supposed to do. Because as a young minister, there is a lot of potential, so many creativity, so many things you want to actually do that you are constrained to. Do you get?
Yes,
so that is my major challenge. So what do you do at that time? What you do is, if you need to, if you have heard God, you can start your ministry. If you have not heard God, what you need to do is try as much as possible to tone it down and look for other innovative ways to give expression to those creativity inside of you. Do you understand?
Yes,
because I love to be very real. Young people don't want you to minister to them as if everything is perfect. Do you understand? And that's one of the things I want to correct in ministry. Everything is perfect. When I was growing up, I don't know if I'm taking too much time.
No.
Okay, just let me know when I'm okay. Let me just say this in addition. When I became a Christian, I was growing up, which I'm still growing up. I found out that most of my pastors appear as if everything is perfect. The way they dress, the way they talk, everything, as if they are just hearing God every day, as if they don't have their downtimes, as if they don't have weaknesses, as if not everything is just fine. So the way they preach, the way they talk, the way they carry us, the way they push us, was as if everything they are saying is exactly what they are doing. Me, I always tell you, some of the things I'm teaching you, I'm also learning it. So that the people that are following me will understand that this man also has his own weaknesses and his strength. So my transparency helps the people in my sphere of influence to trust me the more, so we all can grow together. That is my major core thing. That is what I want to do in the youth angle. For people, for Christians to come to church and be normal. I don't want you to come and be looking as if everybody's holy. Like we said yesterday, our message yesterday, holiness is integrity. Character, building godly character, that is holiness. It is not trying to act as though I don't know what I'm trying to say. So being real is key. Because when you appear the way you are, God will take you the way you are. And people will take you the way you are. You understand? But when they have seen you like true perfect, if they discover your error, just one, the way they will God, you will be dragged on the floor. You understand what I'm saying? So people can say, oh, we understand this young man. Please give him some space. You understand? We understand this young man. So give him some space. Because over time, he has made us to see that as you are learning, I'm also learning.
Yeah.
I have people ahead of me I'm reading from. I have things I'm balancing in my life. Right. So please, as I'm balancing my own, see the secrets, also balance your own.
Okay.
That's just it. It's a major challenge. It's a major challenge.
That's quite revealing. Yeah. Very, very revealing. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your heartfelt how do I put it now? What is in your heart for us? Okay, so saying that today is your birthday, yes, and you have spent a couple of years on earth. I believe you have lessons that you have learned, because now what they say experience is best, but for me experience is not the best teacher. Experience is a teacher. So there are experiences that you have had, and we are gradually bringing this to a close. I think just one more question. And now, if you had the opportunity, or if you had an open mic to advise the youth in our generation, the younger generation, the younger you, which is we, the youth, yes, what will you tell us if you were given an opportunity to tell us something? Yeah. What would you tell? What would be your message?
Number one,
yes, sir.
Find purpose very early, because it gives you an opportunity to reach a wider audience. Find purpose in secondary school. If you start hitting on purpose in secondary school, you understand? Yeah. Before you graduate, do you understand? Yeah. You could have gathered, could have created a lot of impact within those spheres, those friends that you have, those people in fellowship, the people you are in secondary school with, those people you are in university with. You would have created a lot of. So by the time you are coming out of school into the market, that is into the real life, the real world, you understand? You would have gathered enough experience. Either you are employed or not, you could do a lot of things with yourself. Some of us started looking for purpose when school is on, we are almost graduating, or we are graduated. You understand? Some of us left purpose because a lot of things were not working out. So we needed to sit down and start thinking, where am I going to from here? You understand what I'm saying? So see, if a young person, JSS3, can find purpose, the level of impact will be so massive. Yeah. And let me tell you, I've always said this, a man of purpose don't die anyhow.
True.
You understand? Yeah. The kind of level, the kind of life you have touched would have been greater. Number one. Number two, because of our time, is this: marry as a virgin. Oh God, if I could, like I told you, I love to be very real. If I could make myself become a young man that is not married and marry again, I would have loved to marry as a virgin. Do you know why? If you marry as a virgin, you are marrying based on trust. You are marrying out of a clean mental state. Do you understand? You don't have memories that can haunt you. Yeah, that can haunt you. Alright. See, there's a lot of things to this thing. When God is saying that we should do some certain things, actually has a reason. You are coming as a pure breed. You don't know, you are a novice. Both of you don't know the cocoa. So anyhow it is. That is exactly the way it is. But you know, if you have tested several people and you what say is good at this, you understand, Chukwu is better than you understand, you have a room for comparison. Because let me tell you, the devil is a very good video camera. He has an hard drive on your story. Yes. No matter how spiritual you are, he keeps playing back to back your past in your head. Alright. True. Even the Bible said he left Jesus forever. Wow. He did not leave Jesus forever. Even we might not see the other documents of what when he came back to Jesus. But for the Bible to say that he left Jesus forever. And we have another evidence. He said after the man was delivered, after the place was cleaned out, the demon came and checked the place, and the one that it was clean, what did he do? He went and brought 7 more demons. So you understand what I'm saying? He's talking about memory. There's something about memories. So please, if you are a virgin and you are still not married, you're single, stay like that. You have a perfect testimony. Your testimony is not dented. You can stand anywhere and say, I am married as a virgin, my wife is a virgin. See, it is a thing of pride. Forget about what they are saying now. Forget the what generation. See, those things are still key. They are very core and they're very important. Find purpose early, marry as a virgin.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that. That's profound. Very, very profound. Okay, so I like to ask this question for everyone that comes on this show. So we are in 21st century, and this is a media world. And I believe that the body of Christ or the kingdom of God on earth are not exempted. It's not exempted from a part or a role to play in the media also. So what do you think, or what is your opinion, or what do you think the media will do in bringing about the lordship of Christ in our time? What do you think the role of the media is in doing this?
Okay, now, let me tell you, one of the things, and I won't stop thanking God for the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown that happened.
Okay.
Because it gave churches that have been backward or slow in embracing the reality of social media to quickly jump into it. Because a lot of people were losing out. At some point, some churches even could not meet up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, social media, it's a means whereby we can easily create the influence that is needed for the church to let the kingdom of God reign on earth. In fact, I can tell you categorically that when the Bible said let thy kingdom come, it was actually in a way telling us that there is going to be a means whereby if my church can take advantage of it, my kingdom can come into the whole universe within a split second. If the church can quickly embrace this reality, that see, we cannot say we are Christians and not jump on this bus. This is the most important. Imagine Paul, Apostle Paul, in this time, God, that guy, I am sure the books and he will have scattered everywhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when the Bible says let thy kingdom come, is running church, running ministry, running the kingdom on the wings of social media, putting scriptures in the face of everybody. Let me tell you, there's no how you try to avoid it. There is going to be a scripture on your screen somewhere, somehow. All you need to do is scroll away. Or shut down, close that page. But somewhere, somehow, if the church can unite, come together and make a lot of noise and we are committed to it, you'll find out that, see, the kingdom of God will become a reality and create greater impact in this generation like never before. And it's going to be a wow experience. It's going to be a wow experience. Because during the COVID-19, we had an opportunity of listening to virtually any kind of message you want to listen to at any point in time. In the bus, in the bathroom, in the kitchen, anywhere, you could just be blessed from anywhere. So I craved that. I appreciated that. You understand? And I wish churches don't just shut down their social media because the lockdown has been removed or eased or something. We should keep intensifying daily, every minute, every second. Scriptures, Bible, the word, going out consistently. And these are seeds. The things that people can see are seeds in their heart. And very soon the word of God will go everywhere all over the world and create the maximum impact.
Alright, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for this wonderful time, and I want to wish you a happy birthday also.
Thank you so much.
All you do for the body of Christ, personally for the youth also. This episode has been one of the most revealing to me. Revealing, and I know that it is the most real. One of the realest, let me say like that. Others have been real also, but there are levels to realness. Okay, so thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you for watching till the end, and yes, I believe that you are still with us. And also do not forget, as I said earlier, to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please do well to subscribe, it's important. Let us grow our membership here, and also turn on the post notification. Also share the link to this, and you can drop us a comment, whatever hits you right. You can come back here whenever time to watch the videos. And also next month also we'll also be bringing someone who is special, who is going to bless our life. I told us earlier when I was starting this, I said your definition of celebrity is not my definition of celebrity. We celebrate irrelevant things. I was not taught that way. I was not picked up like that. So I might not be bringing the person you want, but I will definitely be bringing the person that can leave an impact on your life. I remember that I heard something like this on this process with Samista or something like that. So thank you very much for joining. God bless you, and do well to join us next time, next month. Remain blessed, and also keep burning for God.